All right, so basically for this one here, what we want to do is first find angle D. Okay, so now you can see angle D. These two are your parallel lines. Okay, so you can see that's your parallel line running across there, and there's your other parallel line running across there. Now remember, we have our parallel line formulae. Parallel line reasons. Just to name a few, if I just quickly list it over here, we've got alternate angles, which are equal. We've got corresponding angles, which are also equal. This is, remember, the Z shape. This is the F shape. Then we've got co-interior angles, which is your U shape. It's the inside angles, co-inside angles, right?
Yeah.
And also alternate corresponding co-interior. We also have vertically opposite angles. We don't really need parallel lines for this one, but they're called vertical angles, vertically opposite angles. That's your crossroads. Whenever you have a crossroad, those two angles are equal. So alternate angles are equal. Co-interior angles are not equal because they're on the inside. The one is obtuse, the one is acute, and it adds to 180 degrees. All right, now let's go through this one. Angle D is the first question they're asking me. And if I look at it carefully, I can see that 70 degrees, if I am on a road and I'm driving in, let's say, this direction, and there's a roadblock over here, I can take an alternate route this way and go in the same direction. If I want to get to Auckland from Napier, I can take an alternate route. And those are called alternate angles, the Z shape. So the alternate angles are always equal. So D will be 70 degrees. And what we write here is alternate angles. And also don't forget to write parallel lines. If these two lines were not parallel for some reason, then that will not be alternate. All right, so for some reason, let's say it was not parallel, and let's say this was 70 degrees, that is not equal. You can see it only works with parallel lines, right? Okay, let's go to E now. It now says angle E. So let's write it in. Once you have an answer, put it in your diagram because now your diagram has more information on it. So put it in your diagram so you can see and maybe use it for something else if you need. Look,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So angle E now, I can find this angle and I can then find angle E. But then I can see that these two lines, they are not parallel. Can you see the ones going that way, the other one's going this way?
Yeah.
So these two are not corresponding angles, so I must be careful there. If I look at those two lines, I can see that these two are parallel still, all the way through this line here, which is your transversal, the line that passes through parallel lines. So those two are going to be equal, and it forms the F shape. This forms the F shape, right? So F shape is going to be one, there's the F there, it's an F going downwards. And that's your F shape, which is corresponding angles. And corresponding angles are equal as well. All right, so they're equal. Alternate angles are equal. So E is going to be 55 degrees. Corresponding, they both lie in the bottom right hand corner of that crossroad. Okay, they correspond. Corresponding angles are built on the concept of parallel lines, so write parallel lines after that. Okay. Angle F. Angle F is this one over here. But don't forget, once you have an answer, write it in. So let's write it in here, 55 degrees. I can use 55 to get F because those two angles are vertically opposite angles. They're equal. So
Yeah.
I can write that as 55. So I would say, firstly, I've got one of the reasons I use is vertically opposite angles. All right. And then after that, angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees, right? So that means I can work out this to get 180 minus 50 minus 55, which is like 180 minus 105, which is 75 degrees. 75 degrees. And the reason is angles in a triangle is supplementary or adds up to 180 degrees. And those are the reasons that we would give for that. All right, there are other ways and alternative ways of getting there with more reasons, but that's one way.